Hi everybody, Robin here, and welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. I don't usually do book reviews, but I just thought I'd share these with you. I got these a few weeks ago, and they've been out for a while. But I've been fascinated by art relating to spirit, which primarily came about in the late 1800s through the early 20th century, say around about the 20s. And mostly, I think, out of the spiritualist or spiritualism movement of the late 1800s. Anyway, I came across this book, and I'd heard about it for a while. It's called Thought Forms by Annie Besant and C.W. Leadbetter. And it's a hardcover book, and it came out a few years ago, I think, or was reissued a few years ago. The book originally came out, I think, in 1909. And it's got a little wraparound band here at the bottom, which tells you a little bit about what to expect inside. You'll see a couple images here on the cover. According to the Theosophical Society, thoughts and emotions create distinctive patterns of color and form in the human aura, visible only to those who are gifted with a sufficient degree of clairvoyance. Thought Forms, originally published in 1905, there you go, features 58 original color illustrations showcasing society leaders Besant and Leadbetter's impressions of the aura. This occult masterpiece has inspired a century of artists, thinkers, and spiritualists, from Vasily Kandinsky to Piet Mondrian. So, it's got a beautiful inside end papers with sort of sacred geometry patterns and gold foil. The type is a good size, comfortable font, and it's a lot of text, but I won't really go much into what I've already told you about it. It's just kind of one of those text on matters of the occult. Here's key to the meanings of colors in this chart here, which you can read like this. Lilac color says high spirituality. Let's go down here. Avarice. Let's pop over here. This says selfish affection. So you have an interesting chart there. And there's a list of illustrations and contents, forms seen in meditation, forms built by music. See if you'll probably only be interested in the images, so let me see if I can find some for you, because there is a lot of text. Here we have an illustration of the edge of a plate with particles on it being struck by a tuning fork, which creates certain patterns. And I think these were referred to as Chladni's sound plate. I can't find the original mention of him here, and I haven't made notes or read in depth, but here are various images of different shapes made by sound vibration against a plate with small particles on it. Some interesting stuff related to vibrational states. I also would encourage anyone interested in this material, from sound vibration to light vibration. They're both energy vibrations at different frequencies. And there is an internet channel called Gaia.com that you can go to, and there is a current series on sound, the cosmology of sound. I can't think, I should have done a little more of my research and made some notes. But it's a great series about basically how everything in the universe is a vibration, vibrating at different frequencies that go from, well, they talk about sound, and that it goes up to light, and that it goes from light to heat, I believe. And it's just really interesting. Everything, even all solid particles and everything, are made up out of smaller bits that are vibrating in different densities and different frequencies. Anyway, this is, for me, kind of where science meets metaphysics, and it fascinates me. So I just thought it was kind of intriguing, and some interesting sort of watercolor type images in here. And these sort of remind me of art that sort of led into, say, Lady Frida Harris, and working with Crowley, and also, well, like we mentioned, Kandinsky and Malevich and other people that dealt with energy forms and visualizations in art. Hilma af Klint, who had a show at the Guggenheim a few years back, Kandinsky, who's there now. Just really intriguing to me. Some of these images that certain people are able to tune into through sound and light energies, forms built by music. Anyway, it's an interesting looking book, and I just decided I need to have it in my collection. Another one is this one here, The Art of the Occult, a visual source book for the modern mystic by S. Elizabeth. It's White Lion Publishing. A visual feast of eclectic artwork, informed and inspired by spiritual beliefs, magical techniques, and otherworldly experiences. I don't know if this was cataloged to a show. I don't believe it says, but it has that feel, and it's got some traditional images in it, or older, more classical images, and a few more recent ones as well. The Very Shape of Things, Sacred Geometry and Art. Here we have the Vitruvian Man from Da Vinci, and we have a composition in red, blue, and yellow from Mondrian. And then we get into even more esoteric imagery. Some science illustrations, some shamanistic illustrations, really beautiful art, interesting charts and and just different kinds of depictions of the spiritual and art, some metaphysics and alchemical type illustrations. I just thought you might enjoy having a glance at this. It might induce you to want to investigate further. It's a very pretty book. Higher beings. It seems to me like it might be a good companion book to the book on tarot that Taschen Publications came out with not very long ago. Geometric Kabbalistic Illustrations from Kabbalah 1700. And I think you'll see some elements of these that have been embraced by tarot designers and creators. Oh, there's one from the previous book I mentioned, Sudden Fright from Thought Forms by Besant and Leadbetter. Hermetic tradition in the arts. Potions, Persecution, and Power, Witches and Witchcraft in Art. Witch Going to the Sabbath by Remedios Varo. I love her artwork, and I hope someday someone will release a tarot deck using her imagery. Here's a piece by Valley Myers, who used to live at the Chelsea Hotel. She's an Australian artist who passed away some time ago. I love her work. It's very detailed, very dark, and very, I don't know how to describe it, very witchy, I guess. There's a wonderful movie out on her called The Valley Witch of Positano. I don't know whether you can find it to look at it, but it's fascinating. I think there are a couple biographies on her as well. Anyway, I won't belabor this, but I just thought you might be interested. Oh, here's the Fox sisters. They were, I believe, the first ones to kind of bring about the spiritualist circles. They were from 1837 to 1892. and they used table wrappings to convince their guests that spirits were about, which kind of developed into seances and dowsing and things that evolved into a whole movement of belief in the afterlife and communications from other worlds, other dimensions, life beyond death. Yeah, we've got a couple tarot cards here. Delhi, Death card, and Pamela Coleman Smith's Queen of Pentacles. Here's one on tea leaf reading. Here's an old woodcut, Faust and Mephistopheles, from 1631. Seems like kind of thing that inspired Patrick Valenza of Deviant Moon. All right, well, thank you for joining me today to have a quick look at this book, and the other one as well. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.